Oh wow, look what we have here. It's the Cat Birthday Party by Lego Friends. This is set number 42666. Contains 321 pieces, retails for $29.99, and this set was provided by the Lego Group for review. Thank you, Lego. And yeah, this looks pretty interesting, but it looks like we have more of a sticker fest than anything else. And I like the look of the tree. Not too bad. And let's see who we have here. We have Churro, Pluto, Bear, Nugget, Peri, Leo, and Paisley. That's pretty cool. And here's the back of the carton. And honestly, just by looking at the back side, this doesn't look all that big. It looks more like an accessory pack than anything else. Let's see what we have inside. It's your usual, typical Friends set, but we'll see here. Hoping it's a collaborative build, which is kind of cool. There we go. Got everything out of there. And, well, obviously we got ourselves a set of stickers. I was hoping this stuff would be printed, but obviously the presents are not. Oh, I have to put them on. And here we got booklet 1. And 2, 3, and 4. Well, now we know how many bags there are. Well, it could be a collaborative build, but this is the bigger of the two, so 1 to 2 people probably. We don't know, we haven't built it. And yeah, now another question is, does it have a brick separator? No, so obviously this is probably going to be graded at a 9 at least, or at best. I'm looking at all the unique colors in here. Not too bad at all. And yeah, that's spring green leaf pieces. Those would come in handy, these right here. Not too bad at all. Not too bad. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to do this all in one sitting today. Because it's under 400 pieces. Usually about that I split them down into 2 or more sessions, but I think this one we can manage today. And yeah, not too bad at all. I just need to pull away or pull out the bags that we don't need. And I'm honestly going to say I'm not really in the mood to build sets today. I'm editing a tutorial, and let me plug in the ring light. And one of the things that I really got to get going is editing tutorials, because I don't have anything left for my YouTube members to watch early. And I think next year I'm going to start doing strictly exclusives for larger builds, so I'm thinking of that. But yeah, worry about that later. So my intent today is to get this set done all in one sitting, and then I got to do the turd set, the one that I'm not interested in, but I can't talk about it now. But yeah, let's begin. Let's build it with bag 1. And even though if my allergies are not flaring up today, I have a very scratchy voice and I'm very irritable. So it's just one of those days. I'm looking across the room at stuff that I want to build, and then I still got these sets that I have to build. So yeah, oh, this is an interesting piece. That would fit on a minifigure. Got yourself a... Yeah, it looks like the top of a Snorlax, except this one's pink. And we got animal figures. So I think what I'm going to do when I film this set here today, I'm going to have to put the mini dolls and the figures all in one clip. So it looks like we have Leo with... what's his name? Churro? We don't know yet. Yeah, I'm starting to remember the animal figures. That's sad, huh? So we'll do Leo and Churro first. So I'll probably be editing this video out a lot just to clear my throat. Not too fun, but... So we got Leo. In fact, I should have gave him broccoli here. Would have looked better. Instead of this old school Bieber look. And you know what? This is not even zoomed in. Okay. Make sure here I messed up with the focus. So, and he's got a printed tile. I think it's printed. Didn't say a sticker. So today I'm just getting done with sets. Ooh, this is a nice one. I'll bring this up and show it to you close up here. That's if the camera wants to pay attention. Isn't that cool? It's printed. That's unusual for a set like this. So he's got, it looks like a postcard, maybe a birthday card too, since it is a birthday. And let's bring these up here. So you got Churro and Leo. Pretty cool, huh? Not too bad at all. Whoa. Okay, now it looks like we're going to be going on a long trip here to go see, looks like the birthday bash for the cats. The cat birthday party. That doesn't sound too fun, doesn't it? Well, we won't know yet. I looked at this set, and it looks okay. I mean, I'm not sure about it yet. I don't know. This could be a fun build. We don't know. But right now, the only thing I really want to get back into is tutorials, because I got a bunch of good ideas. I did get done with a tutorial in the last few days, and today is the 26th of July 2025. So I got a tutorial done for you. It's really good. It's a vehicle that I built a while back, but I decided to change the color of it because it was something I wanted to build in a certain color a long time ago. Now I have the parts to do it, so I did. And yeah, I haven't started editing that one. I'm going to try to edit by the end of this week. I'm editing some other video tutorials right now for 2026. I think 2026 I am going to put a parts limit on tutorials, and the other ones will be on YouTube memberships as exclusives. It seems like very few people watch them. They want to watch the speed build, so I'm going to be focusing more on those. It's not my cup of tea, but that's what everybody wants. So if you like the slow stuff, yeah, what's the difference? The slow stuff is better. I mean, who wants raw and cooked chicken when you can get the full flavor with a slow cooked meal? But some people want the fast speed. We got to build it as fast as we can and make it look really cool. You know, I can't do those, but I'll do them anyways. But yeah. Alrighty. Yeah, these are not too bad. At least we're putting something together today that's kind of different. Okay, sorry about that. Alright, so now it looks like we're building some presents. So this is the base, and looks like we pack a tiara or something in there. Hoping you can see what I'm doing. And then you put this on top, and you start with sticker number 4. So obviously the stickers in here are not in order. That's that one right there. I did read some comments on here. Some of you like these laid-back reviews. They're laid back. That's the whole intent of this channel. I'm not here to script anything. I'm not here to plan these out. Let's open up a set and let's build it. The slogan of this channel. That's what we're doing here. We're going to build it. And the reason why I'm doing the channel like this versus the big boys on YouTube, because those channels are a dime a dozen. You don't see anybody doing this anymore. Nobody sits down and builds. I mean, here's the deal. If you're going to speed build, if I were to speed build right now, this is basically what I'm doing. Except I'm dropping parts and stuff. I mean, I want to talk to you, not, give you updates of what's going on and stuff like that. Not just kind of sugarcoat things. And now it looks like we're building ourselves a cake. So this is just a display with the cake and stuff. So probably just presents and cake, but we don't know yet. For the cats, I'm sorry I don't own any cats. They're fur breaks me out into hives. I don't know, maybe I don't know, when my parents had dogs, I used to break out a lot until until I was around the dog a lot. And then I would get more immune to it. Maybe that's how it is with cats, I don't know. My dad was heavily allergic to them. I think once you're around them enough, it's not too bad. Well, looks like we got some paw prints in the cake. Oh, yucky. Who wants that yuckaroo? It sounds like Punky Brewster. That brings up something, though. I remember I was reading a comment from Janet. You like what was it? You say rawhide? What's that one we were watching? That Rifleman. I think the other one was Tales from Wells Fargo. I don't know. I know my dad would watch all those, but saw that on the other day and just kind of dozed off to it. Alright, so this goes here. Not too bad. So yeah, I don't watch westerns all that much. You know, I mean, when I get older, it's going to be stuff from the 80s and 90s. That'll be the new westerns, like Magnum PI and Miami Vice. There was another show. MacGyver would be probably a new western type video. Oh man, I miss those days. Why can't we go back in time and go do the fun stuff again? Watch the good shows. I miss those days. Now everything is scripted and with tons of millions of beeps in them, and nobody wants to hear that. I think I'm gonna have to... Boy, this is really anchored down good in here. I'm gonna have to zoom out just a bit here. Okay. Yeah, not too bad. And then now it looks like we're putting some kind of flags on here. And now we got to decorate all these. So stickers 1, 2, and 3 goes on these. So this is what we're going to be focusing on here. This looks like bag 1 has just got the majority of the stickers. And the set doesn't come with the brick separator like I mentioned back in the beginning. So if you're looking for something with the brick separator, you won't get it in this set. And unfortunately, that's kind of like a bummer there. But what can I say? What can I say? You don't have a brick separator, and you have tons of stickers. These were printed, would have been a nice keeper here. All right. And then we stick them on this bar here. If you've ever watched my tutorials on how to make closets, that's 9 studs. There you go. For those who want to build my stuff, you want to know where I get the parts from? Sets like this. This is how I get them. I know one of you asked me if I'm going to review some sets, and you gave me a list of sets. Lego sends them to me, or I get free time, or I run across them. Right now, it's kind of like I don't have time right now, unfortunately. I mean, I don't even have time to do tutorials right now. I got one that I want to work on for a build that I've been working on for a few years. So I really want to get into that, but unfortunately, I can't right now. So that's kind of a downside to it. Yeah, my dad's headstone got installed this week. We're going to take a look at it next week. It's just weird, though. I've never seen my parents' name on a headstone before. Let's hope, if you're watching this, you don't... I know, Janet, you told me your thing, and I don't know, I mean, I only got one parent left. So I try to spend as much time with my mom as I can before, So if you're young and you're watching this and you're kind of one of those, if you try to avoid your parents or whatever, don't. You only get one set, and when you get around my age and your parents are gone, it's like, there's no undos. Take a couple Snorlax heads and throw them on there. Or what's that thing? Slowpoke. Maybe that could be it. Slowbro, Slowpoke, Slowking. They got some goofy holes on top. So I don't know. But yeah. Nice balloons. Of course, I think they're supposed to represent cat heads, but... Ooh, okay, don't push down. You're going to have to hold underneath it. My hands are in the way, but like this, just put your finger underneath that little poster. We'll straighten them up later here. Like that. You just put your hand down here and just push down. Yeah, this is it's cool looking, and that's it. But we have extra parts. Where did these come from? Oh. So these are probably for the animal figures to sit on, but where does Leo and Paisley sit at, huh? Probably nowhere. And that's it for bag one. That's not too bad at all for what we've done, and this is what we have remaining. Alright, now we're going to be focusing on bag two, and yeah, come on, Churro and Leo, why don't you two go over there and find something to do, or get lost. There we go. I'm hoping this is a collaborative build. So far that's an isolated piece. Now is this one going to be... This one doesn't obviously look like it's going to be a group build. So if this video is an hour or so long, yeah, so be it. I'm not going to split it up into 2 installments. But we don't know yet. First I got to get through all the millions of bags and stuff first. Looks like Paisley's next. I would have not. I'm going to have to do a close-up on the minifigures and the animal figures. If they weren't named, I wouldn't care. But I have to. So I have to do that, unfortunately. So yeah, we got Paisley, and look, oh, we got Bear and Peri. Bear. Okay, but where's Bear at? I found Paisley's head, or wig. Okay, well, I'm trying to find Bear, but I guess Bear's hiding. So here's Peri. Or Peri, depends on how you pronounce it, depends on where you're from. Alright, and then we'll put Paisley together. Well, if I can get her torso on right. You know what's so sad is I know the mini dolls' names before I know the other ones. You give me Star Wars, unless it's like Luke Skywalker or Darth Vader, I won't even know who the rest of them are. No, get your wig on straight. Okay, you want to be like that, Paisley. Fighting. There, it looks better, doesn't it? Remember when boys were doing this hairstyle too? Even I tried it and it didn't look bad. Because it hid my visual impairment. But there's Paisley. Not too bad. And she's got a postcard too. And this one's different. Let's bring this one up close here for you. Trying to show you this without it falling out of my hand. I think it's the same one. I don't know. When I do the close-ups of them, the camera will be fixed focus. It won't matter. Now where's Bear at? That one's probably hiding. Oh, there he is. This is how I'm doing the reviews in the future, so you'll have to watch the whole thing in order to get the whole gist. There will be a summation of thoughts at the very end, but you know. Okay, 6x10 plate in lime green. Alright, so let's get going on the main build here. And I'll index these as best I can. Oh, we got the pooper scooper and we got the poop. Okay, cool. I'd like to say something else, but we can't. Alright, so we're really getting into detail on this one. Look at this one. You can obviously tell somebody's been soiling it on the plate. Soil. Were they supposed to wear hats or something? Oh, I forgot to put a party hat on Peri. My bad. I am so sorry. Well, which one's Peri? Oh, Bear's the gray one. It may take us at 3 hours to get done with the figures. That's why I'll film those separate. I saw these hats. I was like, what did they go to? So yeah, I got to have fun with these. I mean, who doesn't like having fun with the Friends sets? They're just fun to mess with. So if you're going to split those apart, good luck without a brick separator. So far I'm going to give this set a 9 just due to stickers and lack of brick separator. It's not going to be perfect. We don't know yet. Haven't ran across any hiccups. Has anything really crumbled apart? That one item over there. So let's say it's at a very weak 9. Yeah, so for those who have never been used to my, my style of reviews, they're blunt. And I just tell you as it is, it's raw. I'm a realist. I don't filter these. Is it keeping my interest? Yes. I'm not going to lie there. You can't go on my main channel and say Jay lied, because I'm telling the truth. It's keeping my interest. It's the bright colors used in here. It's not dull and dingy. This one's just got colors all over the place. So we can say that Rainbow Bright vomited all over this. How about that? Everybody knows who Rainbow Bright is. Probably not, except if you're around my age. And how I know about her is because my sister used to watch Rainbow Bright when she was little. And yeah, we had to take turns watching the TV. I had a TV in my room, but didn't have cable. So that was the thing. I only had 4 channels, so I couldn't watch a whole lot. Weekends though was fine. We had cartoon channel. We had cartoons for like a whole 10 hours. All right. Like we're adding a nice golf course green on here. This is bright green. All right, bright green, lime green, and then other stuff is like dark green. Then we have earth green, sand green, spring green. Set's got a bunch of greens in it today. This is like a spring summer set you could build right here. Now I'm hoping this is going to be a collaborative, but I doubt it. Let's hope it is. Jay, does it matter? Sometimes some families they want to do this with their children. So yes, it does matter if it is a collaborative build. That's what I'm looking for. Even for someone like myself, I don't have kids. But I'm looking at, can this be built with a group of people? Wow, I don't think I have any of these in bluish green. Oh, now I do. Yeah, but if you like these style of videos, let me know. Let me know. I always try to make these as entertaining as I can. Because Lego's just fun. It's just also very expensive. Oh, okay, so we're using this as a container. But they want a tile on the front. Well, I don't see it over here. Oh, there it is. It's buried. There we go. I thought that was a crate, but no, they just used that there. Is that where to hide the treats at? Or is that where we dump the poop? In there. Oh, we got some noodle pieces in this color. I needed those for a project. Well, tough noodles, Oh, but when I get to the set, I'm going to probably see if I could squeeze part of it in today. I looked at it again. Yeah, I'm going to put a disclaimer and be like, if you guys don't like honest reviews, don't watch this one. So that set is going to be one of those builds that I just don't want to do, and that goes like that. That's kind of cool. I never thought about using these as roots for a tree. It's not bad at all. Alright, so I think this is just going to be the first floor of the cat obstacle. We got a hat that goes in here. Yeah, when we do the review, I'm going to open these up. So at least we get little presents to put in there. So this requires sticker number 5. Not too bad. I mean, I will peel these off. And Lego, I don't know why you got these printed. Why don't we use the printed ones? It's beyond to me. And this goes here. Laid Back Reviews. Maybe I should have called it that, this channel name. Jay's Laid Back Reviews, where we just build and have fun and not think. We just build. There we go. Yeah, wait till I get to the next set. Yeah, you'll hear a lot of belly aching on that one. It could be a fun build, but first impressions, it looks like a turd. At least it's a silver metallic shovel. That's kind of cool. Yeah, I got my weather station working. Had to take it down, though, the other day to relube the wind speed thing, but I got it to clock correctly. It was just kind of gunked up. So I did all that, and yeah, I got that ready to go. And pretty much pleased with the progress, or the thing of it. It's working. I just, you know, that kind of thing here. And yeah, let's see here. Boy, we got a long ways to go on bag 2. Alright, so, wow, somebody must not like somebody to give them a flower in there. Maybe it's a hair ribbon. I know some of you say you don't like the friend sets, but you like the parts that come out of them. Yeah, that's... why do you think I request for this theme? I think this goes on there. I hope it does. Did I put that on there prematurely? Oh, you're supposed to put that on. You don't have to put yours on there. I did anyways. Why? Because I like living life on the edge. I like to mess up. So I can blame somebody in the audience. Alright. Yeah, that's kind of a nice piece to have, the profile bricks. Okay, and that goes on the top there. Yeah, so it looks like now when we put these on there, we're starting with the second thing. Now, this is obviously not a collaborative build. I'd say 1 to 2 builders. This goes here. Can build this set. Unfortunately, yeah, you can't have winners all the time. Okay, looks like we're putting together some kind of root thing. Yeah. But at least, like I said, at least I want to show you how to put this stuff together. It seems like more people are interested. Whoops, you can't see what I'm doing there. That's why I put those on there. But at least I'm trying my best to show you what we're putting together here. I don't want to make these, you know, like I said, the older videos, I had one person cuss me out over the week about how bad these videos were. And I was like, dude, you're looking at a video when, before I even thought about doing this. This is back in the day before I even got into the ambassador thing. Oh, these things are a turd to put on. You got big fingers, yeah, you're going to have a hard time getting those in there. There we go. And then this goes here. This set, though, I'm just going to do a 360 spin on and I'm done. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on this one. It's just the minifigures. Or I may just, I don't know how I'm going to do it yet, but there will not be a close-up shot on this. It's pretty small as it is. You know, I don't want to drag these reviews out already, because just doing nothing but set reviews, it's starting to get to me now. It's starting to really get to me because I want to build my own stuff, and right now I'm mostly focused on Lego's ideas. It's Lego's interpretation on a build, where I'm like, I want to do something else other than put together parts that somebody else, like, I could use this for a house or something. No, I got to use it for what they're intending it for right now, if I can even use it for my own stuff. So, That's the part that hurts, because I can't just do what I want to do right now. Why don't we stick these on when we're working on this column Lego? That would have been a lot easier. So it looks like bag 2 just builds the first 2 floors. Wait, what? Well, that's supposed to go like that. Whoops. Well, now we know. Hope you're not... If you're watching this, just wait until I'm done before you start diving in. You're going to find out I make a bunch of mistakes on these. Whoops. Especially with the camera. Okay, am I zoomed all the way out? There, let's go there. I noticed lately I've been drooping off up here. Now we don't have an excuse. I zoomed it out. Okay. There we go. And then we got to put sticker number 7 on this. That was like, if that was reddish brown or dark orange, this would have been good for a thing. Like a tree. But no, what we got to do, we got to put stickers on it. So, well, Jade, why don't you leave the stickers off? I wish I could, but this is a review offer. I have to do it. So it has to be done in its entirety. See, I keep going over here. There, we'll fix that. Yeah, we're getting there. So it looks like bag 2 just does the first 2 floors. Not too bad at all. And yeah, we have a bunch of little accessories that are remaining here. Take me about an hour to pick those up, but that's what we have for bag 2. Alright, now we're going to move on to bag 3, and I had to switch memory cards just to prepare myself. And you know what I just remembered? Let's do shout outs, because I'm probably going to forget here. So I want to thank everyone on this list here for being my main channel contributors. I appreciate it. As well as for my Rebrickable customers and Patreon followers and supporters. I appreciate that. And thank you to anybody who takes the time to like, comment, and subscribe. It always helps motivate me to make more videos like this so I can embarrass myself. It's always a good thing. Even better. And yeah, ball of yarn. We can always use those. I can use it as a ball of string or rubber bands or something. Yeah, so it looks like bag 3 does this level here. Oh, these are in coral. Well, that's a fun color for that. That'd make good little awning pieces. Get that with dark azure. That'd be good for like maybe some kind of a food car or something. Yeah, I'm sweating like a hog right now. The humidity is up pretty brutal out here right now, but it's been pretty cool out here. It's just the humidity. It hasn't rained or anything. It's just Mother Nature being mean. All right. Yeah, we got flame yellowish orange bricks. That's a color I have some of, but not too much. Oh, that yarn comes in this color too. If you're making like a sewing, like maybe a knitting or a sewing shop or something, or textiles, there you go. There's the parts there for that. We just got to get them in more colors. See, if you're watching only on my main channel, you don't get the gist like I do here, where some of these pieces are nice. Really nice. It's like, oh, these would be cool for things. And you know what I forgot to do? Introduce this guy. What's his name now? Oh, he doesn't come right now, so what does he do? He just sits there and watches us? All right, well, we don't know yet. Yeah, I had 10 minutes on the other memory card. It's like, uh-oh, I better hurry up and switch over, because I would probably forget. And that's it for that. Oh, what is this? I'll show it to you guys what we're doing here in a second. But this is kind of so wrong here. First, if I can get this in here. Then we take a light aqua fish, put it on a stick. A fish on a stick. If I can find it, it's buried in here. And then you stick it in here. So what is this, to tease the cats? Or is that like one of those play toys that they kind of just claw at and stuff? Who knows? Okay, now it looks like we're building probably the third portion of this, so the continuation of the third floor. If you like the coral colors, these two colors go together very well. Very well. Yeah, I've been getting more people saying, wow, it's kind of cool to see more guys getting into the Friends theme. Well, why not? I mean, it's fun. It's a very colorful thing. It's very relaxing, and then just building the same old cookie cutter city sets. I got done with a city set. Can't talk about it because it hasn't been released at the time of this one. And it was okay. The first impressions was really good, but when I started building it, I was like, this doesn't look too fun, or in terms of size. I was kind of disappointed with the build at the very end. It happens. You know. Boy, if you're looking for something with a lot of place value in it, this one here's probably not going to have a whole lot. I don't know yet. See, when I do my reviews, I don't know. I have no clue what the quality of these are going to be. This is more of an accessory set than anything else, like an accessory pack. Yeah, so I'm hoping to squeeze in a couple more tutorials in. I got 7 done, or not done, but I got them filmed. 7 tutorials filmed for next year. Okay, always a good early start on things. One's a vehicle, so I think every 4 tutorials I'm going to film a vehicle tutorial, so I give us number 5. And this goes now onto here. Just be careful how you press. You don't want to break this plate. Pressing down on it could be very catastrophic and you could break it. See how this is kind of separating? So just kind of push it down a little bit there. Okay, we're still working on the inside. Yeah, I think this is going to warrant just a quick 360 spin. I may end up just putting the animal figures and stuff on there. I don't know yet. Some of these sets I don't really want to have a 20-30 minute tutorial or a review on, because by then people get kind of tired. I think the average retention span on YouTube for younger viewers is like probably not even a minute. Yeah. Oh, you get 2 balls of yarn in cool yellow. There you go. Like I said, a good thing for a textile shop. Or all sorts of stuff. Alright. Okay, now it looks like we're putting together leaf pieces on these. So, and yeah, cool or spring green. Those would be good for like maybe a springtime leaf. Let's say you're building a spring themed tree. There you go. Right there, you got some new growth. Or maybe fall. Be really cool. And then this goes like that. And this goes right here. So put that right in there. Make sure you can see what I'm doing. Yeah, I'm kind of... This one here is one of those towers Lego makes, and I'm zoomed all the way out. I may have to turn, and I'm all the way up high, so this thing's going to get even larger. I'm going to have to save and bring things up higher here. Okay, I don't know what this is. Looks like some kind of a present thing, but we only got 2 stickers left, so I don't know. Let's see what those do here. Let's see what those do. Oh, headlight bricks in this color. I don't know if I have them. I know I have them in the other blue, but not that. I wanted to build one of my cars in bright pink, especially for you guys out there who hate that color. I really wanted to do that. And I didn't have all the parts needed to do this one specific build, so I had to do another color of it. I thought, I want to get to those really bright pinks and pastel colors just to kind of make the builds a little more interesting. Okay, you're going to have to put stickers 8 on both sides of this box. But what they do is just put it on here first. It'd be a little easier. Well, no, let's leave that off. But, oh, it's a bunch of, what, hearts? I don't know what those are. Balloons, maybe? I'll put them on there and then I'll show you. Unless you're on a mobile device, you can zoom in and see what I'm doing. These ugly things. If that was printed, would have been better. And that takes care of the sticker sheet for the build. And then this goes on here with the stickers facing outward because we've got to show its love. Okay, maybe it's a gift box. Is this a Gyarados or something? What is this? Oh, there's the other one. It goes right here. Oh, you know what this is? I think this is like a rocking horse. That's if I can get the part put on right. There we go. That's what that is. It's like a little rocking horse for the cat treats. So you can put the cat treats to sleep. I thought it was a ride or something. No, it's not a ride. Or it could be, because there's a stud on the top with this. Yeah. We're not done with it yet. No. Lego doesn't want to let us off that easy. It's like a fish. I was close. It's not a Gyarados. It's a blue magic carp. We don't know what it is. Yeah. With a string on it. Guys and gals, I have no clue what that is. Like, I thought it was some kind of a ride. Oh, you know what I bet this is? A pinata. You'll see here in a second. Because it goes onto here, right on this tree thing right here. Boy, this is already flimsy as it is. I guess it's meant to whack this and have the branch come down and hit you in the head and tell you lost. And then now we got to put Nugget and Pluto. So here's Pluto. Let me put the ribbon on its head real quick to humiliate Pluto. Well, if it ends with Pluto, obviously it's a boy. And in Spanish, O is considered masculine and A is, so yeah, I'd be humiliated wearing that. I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to stage the animal figures in here and just keep the box handy and just read off who it is. I think that's wait a minute, it's on the outside. I think that's what I'm going to do here. I think that's what I'm going to do. I think I'm just going to sit here and just point and just name off the animal figures. Because I'm going to be honest, I don't want to spend all day just filming sections of a film. Okay. I know some people want the close-up, but this is probably one of those ones that I think it's going to warrant just a 360 spin and that's it. But where does this go now? Did I miss something here? We have everything else, so what am I missing here for that? Huh. Well, we're going to have to troubleshoot now. These friend sets sometimes can get tricky. Everything else I usually see spares of. Okay, now I know where it goes. We forgot this in here. So at least one thing, though, it is meant for play. It's outfitted for studs and stuff, but usually sometimes I don't get extra ones of these, but this time I did. So yeah, this is what we have remaining for bag 3. Not too bad. Okay, we're going to finish up with bag 4, and don't let the size fool you. You know what that means. Looks like we'll be here for about an hour putting all that on, because it's all small stuff with leaf pieces. Yeah. And yeah, you got Technic in here too. You know, and a lot of the guys that I know don't care much for these sets, right? I don't know, they got buried Technic in there, so they're obviously the girl sets are more advanced than the boy sets, obviously. Because city sets, I'm gonna be honest, city sets are getting boring. I can't stand them all too much. These are fun. That's why I always request for friends other than the parts. These are just a lot more enjoyable to put together than anything else. Alright. And then this goes, make sure I got it facing the right way. Goes like this. So obviously we're going to be plugging in stuff in here. Okay. Oh, we were supposed to make 2 of those. My bad. Whoops. Well, that's my fault. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, wait, no, this is a new one. This is not that guy. This is another one here. Okay, so I thought, oh, I made a mistake. No, we're supposed to make 2 of these. All right. And they're the same, but just a little different. Did the front page tell us something? Yeah. Oh, that's what we're doing. We're doing this goofy double thing. Okay, I was like, what? Like, what is that all about? Okay, so we got to make 2 of these. My bad. I got to do 2. At least I got a blueprint now. Yeah, at least it's a different type of tree that we're building. I think that's what it is. Those noodle pieces, you get. I'm starting to hoard those up. I got them in a separate bin now, so I've been kind of keeping those separate. There's a few other pieces I need to keep separate because I've been using a lot of them lately. And all right, so now this goes here, and then this one goes back here. What I'm going to have to do, because I'm not going to keep changing the camera angles all the time, I'm just going to do that. Because, yeah, and that takes care of the limbs. Okay, now we're going to have to build 6 leaf assemblies. So here we go. We got a lot of stuff here to do. This set's going to keep you busy. I just wish it was more of a collaborative build, but it is going to keep you busy. So if you're looking for a set something to keep your daughter occupied, yeah, this is going to be it. So we're going to have to build 6 of these right here. Okay. So we got one that we can look at now, so we can make sure we're building the rest of them right. And yeah, I got a lot of stuff to do today. Not stuff around the... Well, I got some chores around the house, but Lego-wise, right now I'm processing part 2 of the Lego Friends music shop and music studio. And then I'm working on the last part of... Oh, goodness, what's that other set I was working on? Oh, the last part of that that central train station from Lego City. So like I'm working on 3 or 4 reviews at one time. It's a lot of stuff. Lots of things here. But this one here, I saw the leaves. I thought, oh, I'm going to be here for a while. I just did not want to split this one up into 2 installments. I knew it was going to take some time. It's like, well, let me get this one done real quick here. And before I start the next turd, Lego doesn't like us saying that, but I'm sorry. I got to call them as I see them. This one's fun, so this one's not a turd. It's just a little time consuming, but it's not bad. I'd say the build quality on this is probably, with everything, the score I'm going to say is probably an 8.5. It is packed with features and it's playable, but it's not a group project. So yeah, it's kind of the downside there. It does come with a nice set of parts though. So see, when I do the reviews like in this format, this is how I'm doing them. I'm just going to sit back and talk to you, and we're going to review as we go. Like I said, laid back, unscripted reviews. That kind of thing. Alright, so after we get those done, they go in all the little nose cones, which are these right here. So they all go in the nose cones. So yeah, that's push those in all the way. And I'm going to show you here. When you put this in, it may bottom out. I'm pinching this part here too. Pushing that all the way in, as well as the leaf piece. And that'll really lock it in really good. Because we want to make sure. I mean, like I said, I'm not going to half bake these. We're going to put it together with care and that kind of thing. Boy, for this being a small friend set, this one's got a lot of detail for just the leaf parts. Yeah, I mean, not bad at all, huh? See, I'm going to push that in there. If you got long nails, it'll be easy. For me, I just have just enough to push those in. Okay. Oh, look, Paisley's almost at the end of the line. She's almost at the party to meet everybody. Cool. And then we got to come in here now. We're going to put 3 of these in here. Ooh. So when you put those in there, hold underneath. Don't do what I did. This is more like Lego Friends quality now. And then after that, we put the large leaf pieces in here. I think they go in the hole closest to that one right there. But yeah, that's where they go. Right there. Okay. All right, well, let's do them all here. Get them done. There we go. And if you think you're done with trees, you are not done. You got one more to put over here. So it's like a little tree house type thing. And no, we got a lot more leaves than this, so we're going to be doing more. Jay, but I don't want to see any more leaves. Yeah, well, you're going to be doing more. I'm sorry, but you got to do them. Unless you want to leave it bare, and that's up to you, it's your set. Like that. And then this one goes here. Okay. And then we got to do another leaf piece. Yeah, it's been in the low 90s out here too. With like a week ago, it was in the hundreds. You couldn't even go outside. Now it's like it's nice and cool out there, which is a nice treat. It's just a little too warm in the sun. And then that's it. That's what we have remaining here for bag 4. Not too bad at all. Okay, now I think we're going to start setting up the build here. And that's what it's going to look like when we're done. So I think what I'm going to do is, let's keep this one very simple. Okay, we're going to keep this one as simple as we can. I don't want to spend, like I said, 20 minutes trying to film this set. It's big, but not... The only thing, if it was only just 2 items, I wouldn't care. But I think what I'm going to do is just put all the mini dolls and stuff. We're just going to put them in there, and I'm just going to have to see if I can rearrange the animal figures so I could remember their names. So if you have a very bad memory, you just don't care. Yeah, you're going to have to, if it's your set, you don't have to do all that. That kind of thing. Oh, my battery is almost dead here. Oh, I better plug in. We don't want to have any catastrophic errors, but the camera's obviously telling me, hey, you know what? You've been filming way too much friend sets. And apparently it's still not working. Why is... Yeah, let me plug that in. Okay. Alright. That takes care of that. And the reason why I'm putting it on the turntable, this set here, like I said, I mean, could I just do close-up and do the review? I could, but I don't want to have to do a hand cam and do a voiceover. Looks like we're zoomed all the way out, so let me back this up. Do I need to do a close-up? If I do a close-up, it wouldn't be a big deal with this one. 300 pieces, you get into that point where you're going to have to. I may have to do a close-up on this. If I do, like I said, I'm just trying to give myself some free time to work on my own stuff. Right now I'm doing some tutorials that are pretty fun, and I can't do them because I'm too busy reviewing. And yeah, I got to back this up even more. I can't go back any further here. I mean, I guess I can raise the camera up a little bit. Alright. And honestly, though, a lot of people like the friend sets. I'm getting more views on these than I'm on here. So obviously we got Paisley. You know what? I may just be inclined to do a close-up instead of doing the... I already know that's Churro. That's Bear. And then we got Leo. I'll keep my opinions to myself. I was going to say, I didn't know they allowed bigger animals in here. I thought it was just cats only, but we'll leave that there. What was his name again? I can't remember. Peri. But when I do this, I think what I'm going to do is, well, he wants to face this way here. I think I'm going to just do, you know what I could do is just jump right into the close-up of this instead of using this camera. I'm trying to think here. What do I want to do here? Because I really don't want to spend all day working with this. Because there's a big set that I want to get on that I don't want to do. I really want to get on that one. Let's see if I can bring this a little closer here. I mean, I could always bring the dolls up to the camera and just talk about them. I mean, it's an interesting set, but I think... I mean, it's got a lot of detail for what it is. But I think you can see just fine in there. So I could just point things out. I think, honestly, this set here is fine as is. I don't think I need to do a close-up on it. I think we're going to keep it as this. Let me raise this up a bit more here. And I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to keep it just like this. And I'll just bring up the dolls and stuff here and point out the rest. But some of these are in here. I could just leave them in here and stage it, huh? So I think that's what I'm going to do. Let me get the box. That's if I didn't misplace it. And here's what I'm going to do. Churro is supposed to have a party hat, but they show this guy having one, but that's not what the instructions say. So Peri's got the... Yeah, they're all over the place here. Because I'm only counting... Okay, there's 4 animal figures. They're all in here. Okay. You know what I could do is put Peri up here, like how the box shows him. But when I do the thumbnail, this might be in his way. So, let me put Churro up here. Well, let's put him right over here. And then this guy, which is not a Pergoly, it's a bear. I already forgot his name. Yeah, we'll put him over here. Okay. Then I could just bring up the models close and show them. I think that's what I'm going to do. Because I want to keep this kind of short and sweet for the review. I don't want to spend too much time on this. But that's it. And I'm pretty pleased with it. The outcome, it's your typical friend set. Open back, all that stuff. But yeah, I think this is pretty good for what it is. So I think we're going to go ahead and just head over. We'll just start with the formal tour and review. How about that? Let's do that. Here we are at the cat birthday party, and it's an interesting set. So we're going to start with Paisley. Take a closer look at her. She's got herself a little birthday card, and it's printed. It's one of the very few pieces that's printed in here. Nice print work for her torso, and that's pretty cool. And then we have Leo. Girls just love him. He's got a birthday card and nice print work for his torso. Just have to lose that Bieber hair. And then, yeah, then here we got a little area here with the birthday cake. I'll bring this up here and show you. So, if I'm gathering, this is Bear, and this is Churro. So you got these little, looks like drawings up here on this banner. This is just stickered. I wish those were printed. Those have been nice pieces. We also got ourselves a birthday cake and some balloons. These are like a new piece that Lego has come out with. And we got a present here. Let's pop the top so you can see what's inside that. Or just take the whole present off. How about that? Oh, somebody's already taken a nap. Wow. Are my reviews that boring? Yeah, so we got a little tiara in there and stuff. That's kind of cool. And the top of that present is actually a sticker. I was hoping those would be printed. And over here we have, looks like a cat climbing tree house. And let's take a closer look at this here. So here we have Pluto, and we have, can't remember his name, Peri. He's got the party hat on. Not too bad. And got ourselves a little pinata that looks like a fish. There's actually something in here. You're supposed to break this open, and you got some cat treats in there. That's kind of cool. So it just hangs on that limb. And I don't know, this doesn't look too sturdy. You know? But we also got a few more presents in here. I guess it's to find all the presents inside the cat climbing thing. This one's got a little baseball hat for your animal figures. Put that back in here. And there's one right here. There's another present. Let's see what's in here. And this one's just got a flower, so somebody's obviously on the cheap side with that. And of course, oh Leo, you really are tired, aren't you? I'll let you lay down. You also got a few balls of yarn in here. One's in dark pink, the other one's in cool yellow, so that'd be good for other builds. And yeah, these right here, the leaf pieces, these are spring green leaf pieces. That's kind of cool. It makes it look more like this is a spring set. And it's got spring colors. This has got a lot of colors. You got this fish here to tease the cats with, or it can hit them in the face. We don't know what that does. I think it's just some kind of thing that they play with. Of course, the pinata that moves around and stuff. Now, you can also play inside of this too. And you got places to attach your animal figures. And all sorts of stuff. Looks like someone's doing a number 1 and number 2 in there. So obviously that is the potty room. We've got a place here to put some of our accessories in this area here. Well, somebody took a face plant. This thing's obviously not that safe, huh? My crude reviews at its finest. And we got some kind of plant in here. Got some stairs to take up to here. And what is that supposed to be? Some kind of water fountain or something? I'm not sure what that is. But it looks like your traditional cat climbing wall, but this one's got a lot of things going on here with it. It's got some bright colors. This is screaming out spring, summer here. And it's not a bad build for what it is. But it's also very small. Very small. This is just meant to be an accessory set, nothing more. Just to collect the animal figures. And honestly, it's not too bad. Not too bad at all here. Let's see if Butterfingers can get the mini dolls to stand up. And yeah, not too bad. Well, let's jump on in the review with build quality. And it's your typical built Lego Friends set. I mean, some of these leaf pieces, they're under pretty good, but I'm afraid that some of these are just going to fall off. So it just feels more airy than anything else. It's just your typical built Friends set, nothing more. Build experience, on the other hand, was pretty good. It was something that kept my interest. I wasn't bored with the set, but towards the end when you're doing the leaf pieces, you're making duplicates. So it could get a little redundant, not too bad. So anybody who's building this, it's not like you're building 20 of these. You're only building 6 to 8 of these. Not too bad. It's just, they do take some time to put together. But it's not something that's going to be exhausting for the most part. And it kept my interest as an adult. I'm sure for a child this is going to keep his or her interest too. Now, as far as for city drop-in value, you really can't put this in a city or friends theme because of the back. Now, you probably could if you were to fill this in with something, but not too much. I even forgot to mention the shovel there, which leads to play value. It's playable. It's open for play. You do have the shovel. You do have accessories. You do have the animal figures and 2 mini dolls, which is really cool. You got the balloons. There's plenty of stuff to go on here. The instructions are easy to follow, and stickers were not too bad to place on the bricks. So my final score in this set is going to be an 8.5 out of 10. There's no brick separator, of course. I think it's due to the size of the set and the stickers. But not too bad. Some of this stuff just feels like it's just tacked in. I didn't have anything fall off while constructing the set. But it's a lot of pieces in here that are just floating around that could get lost. But you can fix all the animal figures here and mini dolls. But these 2 pieces here are kind of just floating around. So I don't know. I just feel like these leaf pieces are going to get whacked off. But that's pretty much about it. Just a little bit also for build quality. It's still pretty sound. This set is just meant to be a play model. Okay, this is not something you can put on a shelf. Obviously, you can play with this. I mean, you could if you want to display this. But this is one of those sets that it's meant to play with. It's just on the smaller side. But it did keep my interest. But I want to know your thoughts on this set.